Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about Trump's secret operations in the Mideast. A little more than a week ago, we talked about the likelihood that Trump's air campaign was far more expansive than U.S. coverage was leading most Americans to believe. We now have some numbers that can shed a little light on how big it has gotten. It's big. We'll also go over a question about conflicting numbers that came in, as some of the details started coming out. In mid-March, the Trump administration did a low-key announcement, saying there were going to be operations conducted against the Houthis in Yemen. The announcement did not truly disclose the intensity or frequency of the strikes. The operation is known as Rough Rider. U.S. Central Command released a little bit of information. They said they have struck at more than 800 targets in Houthi-controlled areas. So, they've been hitting about 20 targets per day since March 15th. That's in an area roughly the size of Colorado. A spokesperson for CENTCOM said, quote, "Credible open sources report over 650 Houthi casualties to date." But now, CENTCOM seeks to have less information come out. In a statement, they said, quote, "To preserve operational security, we have intentionally limited disclosing details of our ongoing or future operations. We are very deliberate in our operational approach, but will not reveal specifics about what we've done or what we will do." So, it seems like we won't get more information from CENTCOM. Maybe we'll find out more from a Signal chat. Despite the limited information, concerns and criticisms are coming out. The U.S. has lost a number of drones in the campaign, hundreds of millions of dollars worth. There's also concern over the use of high-tech equipment that is typically reserved for more advanced opposition forces. Recently, an advanced bomb failed to go off, and worries arose that it would fall into opposition hands for study. The use of the B-2 has been criticized because it provides opposition forces more opportunities to find ways to detect it. And then there are concerns over the civilian costs of the operation, and that brings us to the question. Quote, "Why are the numbers so different for Yemen? The U.S. is saying about 600 and Yemen is saying 220. That seems off. Is this just normal BC math exaggeration and minimizing for PR, or is something else going on?" There's a couple different possibilities. One is exactly what you think. The public relations benefit lines up with the U.S. wanting higher numbers and the Houthis wanting lower. But there are other potential explanations. One that we heard was that the Houthis are not counting combatants in their released numbers, and their numbers are civilian only. That would make sense from an OPSEC point of view for their side. This is impossible to confirm, but it's worth keeping in mind. It's also worth noting that 220 Houthi number doesn't include whatever happened there this morning. At time of recording, early this morning, details are still fuzzy, but there are reports coming in that the U.S. hit a migrant detention center. Even with the details unconfirmed, it's safe to say that the numbers are going to go up substantially. It looks really bad. The administration's appetite for destruction appears to be mission creeping its way into another prolonged Mideast conflict. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.